Hey there, this is Amormun, and this is my 200 follower Mun video celebration thing. Because I tried to give away, but nobody wanted the stuff I was giving away, apparently. So, um, first of all, I just want to let you know that I'm recording this on my phone, so sorry for any bad quality, or if it dies on me, because my phone has really sucky battery. Okay, Kenna, furthest from fate, I miss her. She asked, how did you get into role-playing? Um, basically, way back in May or June when I first saw Avengers, I got really excited about it and went on Tumblr because my friend had started me on Tumblr like a month or so before, and I started looking at all the Avengers stuff, and I thought it was really cool, and then actually I saw Loki roleplays, and one of the first ones I saw was Neil. And so I sent her and Kenna an email or a message asking about joining the group, and the rest is history. Sometimes I kind of regret it because it takes up all my free time, which is almost non-existent to begin with. But yeah, I'm actually really glad that I did because I found like a whole new family and a bunch of new friends, and it's just really fun. It's a way to be creative and get out there. Then she asked, in what ways do you relate to your character? Um, I actually don't know as much as I would like to about Omora because I've read some of the comics, but I haven't read all of them. And from what I know about her, from what I researched about her, what little I did read about her, there's not really many. For instance, I'm not a psychotic bitch or an evil seductress. I don't have magic powers. I am not vengeful. I'm not angry or mean. At least I like to think so. But I guess I can relate to just wanting to do things your own way and taking charge of your own life because that's something I strive to do. I prefer to be independent and do my own thing, which I can see in Amora as well. I can also attest to the fact of liking somebody who's already with someone else and that doesn't like you, because that happens to me a lot, unfortunately. Whether it's celebrities or guys my own age. Yeah. And then she asked, is there anything big that Mun and Muse disagree on? I would hope that I would disagree with Amora on multiple aspects of moralities and virtues because, again, from what I researched from her, she doesn't seem like a good person at all, and I like to think I'm a good person. Things that I can, big things that I can pick out would be, I don't think it's okay to hurt people and go crazy and kill people because of a bad past experience. I don't don't like to look down on others, at least outwardly. I don't believe in seducing, I guess, considering I can't. And I guess another thing would be just the practice of evil stuffs in general, because I believe that do good and do good will happen to you and all that stuff. If I were to start all over again, is there anything that you do differently, is Kenna's last question. One, I probably, well, there's not a lot. As most of you know, I started out as Thanos for the group. And that was really fun. I liked it. Thanos was a pretty cool character, and he's actually in the movies. Well, he will be. I got to beat people up and stab Ares and tortured Loki somewhat. Make Fury really pissed off. That was fun. I guess one thing I would do is maybe honestly not have started with Thanos, because the reason I switched to Amor was because I just got tired of just everything being fights and threatening, and I mean those are fun. I mean I love beating up people, in words I guess, But I just wanted to be able to do other things, like have like friendships and romance and dirty smut. But so I guess one thing I would do is I would start out with a character that could do all of that, such as Amora, because then it would give me a better start off to role playing. But honestly, I can't say I regret doing Thanos because A, people really liked it for some reason. B, it did give me a foot in the door into the group and all that stuff. C, I think I'm doing letters, or 3, whichever one I was doing. Lastly, because I found out that apparently I'm really good at writing villain stuff, as many people enjoyed me and said that I was really good at being evil, which I don't know what kind of a person that makes me. But, yeah. So not much. Most of it I don't regret at all. So, Dolce, I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce your name, but I heard someone pronounce it that way, so I'm going to go with that. Asked, and her username is Dulce Clavier, how did you get into role-playing? I think I just answered McKenna, but way back in like March or April, I got into Tumblr in general, and then after Avengers came, I got really excited about it. Like, it became like my favorite movie of all time. So I went onto Tumblr and searched for Avengers stuff, and what I found was really awesome, like funny pictures and comics and all that stuff. I'm sure you guys remember when it first came out. It was pretty awesome. And then I saw, I don't know what made me think of it, but I think I just did a search for role-playing or Loki roleplay or something, and I think it was just an interaction between Neil and Kenna, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool, I'd like to do it. So, sent them a message, talked about what character I could do. They said they needed a villain. I said Thanos, because I knew that was the main villain in Avengers, or, well, in Avengers 2, will be the Avengers 2 villain. And yeah, and that's how I got into role-playing for the second time. Thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm really sarcastic to people I'm friends with. People always yell at me for being mean, and I'm like, no, I'm just like that. That's how I show affection. If I'm always nice to you, and that probably means I don't like you as much as other people. Kathleen, at Kathleen Trapped in Stark Tower, her OC is really good, just so you know. If you could have any fictional character as your best friend, who would you choose? This was probably the most interesting question I got. Well, besides Furies, but we'll get to those later. It's really hard. I mean, I feel like there's a lot, like Loki, or Legolas, or Keely from The Hobbit, who I just want as best friends, but then I'd end up lusting after them, which is never good between friends because that never works out. Been there, done that, never again. But probably Harry Potter, or I honestly don't know. I didn't even think of this question. I probably should have. But yeah, probably say Harry Potter, because he can do magical shit for me. Fang from Max from Y, but again, I'd probably just end up wanting to have sex with him. Probably also Bilbo Baggins, because he seems like a really cool, friendly guy. And because I just reread The Hobbit, so I got back into Lord of the Rings fandom for a little bit. I'm trying to think of all the books and movies I've seen. Captain Jack Sparrow, Indiana Jones. Though I want those to be my friend, because they're pretty awesome. If I think of any more, I'll let you know. Axel/Laro. I can't recall your username right now. Sorry, but it's something really long and involving Prince and... Sorry. Asks, why did you join Tumblr? Tumblr in general, I joined because way back, like I said, in March or April, my friend Noreen, she lives down the street from me, we've been friends since like elementary school. You know, she got a Tumblr and she was like, oh, you have to check this out, this website's really cool, it's better than Facebook and Twitter. And so I looked at it, and it took my mom a while to convince her to let me have one because she's really strict and I have to ask her before doing everything. But yeah, so I finally got an account, and first I just followed like just generic like funny blogs that are like funny pictures, and I followed Smosh because I love them. And then yeah, and then I got into role playing, as I said. I'm not gonna explain that again. But yeah, based because of my friend, and I'm really glad she did because both my personal and all my role play blogs are awesome, and I'm really glad I found, or she told me about Tumblr. Anonymous, Greyface, Nani, whatever you call him, asked, how long have you been role-playing on Tumblr or off? Well, I started role-playing in June, I think. So that's 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. Off of Tumblr, I didn't really do any role-playing before that. Now and again, now I do stuff on Omegle, but that's not really as fun because people are douches on Omegle. I wrote all the fan fiction for about a year before I found Tumblr. Like a lot, mostly for Maximum Ride. But I did, so I don't know, I kind of count that as role-playing in a sense because it's the same thing of typing up characters and their emotions and thoughts and feelings and reactions. So not very long, actually, just 6 months, I guess. And I feel like half of it I'm never even on Tumblr. I'm a bad role player. Another anonymous asked, what activities are you in at school? Like, which sports do you play and stuff like that? I am very involved in school activities. That's why I don't have a lot of free time. The main thing, my love, would be track and field. I have been doing it this is my 3rd year doing it in school, and I've been doing it for 6 or 7, I've lost count, out of school in a club track during the summer. I've been to Junior Olympics for track. Here, let me show you my medals. These are from regionals, and those are from states. There's about 20 of them in each side. I should show you bronze, copper, gold, silver. They're from AAU and USATF Junior Olympics, which take place during the summer. I compete in high jump, triple jump, long jump, short sprints, hurdles, pole vault. Usually now I'm getting into middle sprints like the 400-meter dash, which I don't know, those of you who know track and field, I don't know how many of you do. But those are a few who don't. Those of you who don't, can't speak, it's basically the worst race in the history of all track and should never been invented, and I should shoot my coach for making me run it every meet. I do relays too, like all the relays. Actually, I had a track meet today, which explains this hot mess, this braid and disgusting hair. I got gold. I got gold in pole vault. I got a nice big medal for that. And yeah, but I woke up at 6:45, got to the school at 7:30, went to an hour away to go to the track meet, and then I didn't get back until like 6:30, 6:45. So yeah, I was about already awake, about 12 hours by the time I was eating dinner, which sucks. But yeah, so that's my sporting life. I do indoor track at school from November to March, and then I do outdoor track at school from March to June. And then I do from June to August club track and Junior Olympics and stuff like that. And then I from August to November, I am on the pom team at school, which is we go out and we look like cheerleaders, but we go out in our skirts and our pom-poms and dance at halftime at football games. I don't really like it, but I do it because it's something to do in my off season, and it keeps me somewhat in shape, and I am well, if I may say myself, I'm pretty good at dancing, so figured why not. Most of the people on the team are bitches though, so I don't like them. Getting off on a tangent, school activities. Okay, I'm on the SGA, I'm the events coordinator, like I plan homecoming and stuff, and spirit weeks and things like that. I am in the Future Medical Doctors of America Club, which is self-explanatory. I want to be an organ transplant surgeon. It's a very topic very dear to my heart, so I'm pretty focused on that. I have been since elementary school. I have my whole life planned out pretty much. Um, I'm in the French and German club. I take French. I'm in IB level French, which is basically college level French, and I just started German, so I'm in German 1. I love languages. I want to learn, and then I want to learn Italian, Russian, and Japanese when I'm in college. I plan on traveling a lot, but I just want to learn language because it's fun. Um, so yeah, those two clubs. I'm vice president of French club. I'm going to be president next year when the current president graduates. So that's pretty cool. I'm in the National Honor Society, which is awesome. It's a huge honor. Honor Society. Honor. I'm in the Science National Honor Society. I'm in the French National Honor Society. I'm looking to be president of that next year too, as well. I at the moment I can't really think of anything else, but I feel like that's enough for anybody. I take AP and IB classes, which are basically the same level of like college level, but they're different curriculums and stuff. But yeah, so like I'm in AP Calculus and AP Chemistry and IB French, and it's a whole lot of homework and not a lot of fun. So yeah, those are school activities. Okay, Victor Von Doom at Victor of Latveria, who's also our Heimdall, at Heimdall the Gatekeeper. Seems like a pretty cool guy. Don't really talk to him that much, but... Do you have a preference for either A, an RP with a series of rapid short replies, or B, RPing with long paragraphs in each post but at a slower pace? Personally, I prefer the longer RPs because A, it looks better. B, you get to practice. You're writing more. C, they're usually the more interesting ones. And also the slower pace because I tend to do things like write essays and watch TV shows I'm trying to catch up on, or typing up the next chapter of a fan fiction, or I'm skipping around accounts and doing different role plays on different accounts. So I like the slower pace because it gives me time. But I feel like I do type A, like rapid short replies, more because they're easier, or I don't have a lot of time, or people just don't type a lot to me, which kind of makes me sad, but, I understand not everybody can do long replies. Okay, I saved the most interesting for last. This is from Fury, who I love her to death. She is my last name buddy. We have the last name. But she lives all the way in England, so that kind of sucks. Time zones are a cock block. Butts, yes or no? It depends whose butts they are. Like Hiddles, for instance. That butt I enjoy. Most butts, no, though, because butts are kind of gross otherwise. But yeah, Tom Hiddleston is a very nice butt. And then she said, why are you so perfect? I told you, Fury, I was going to derp on this because I'm not perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect. Ever since actually 4th grade, my friends used to tease me and call me a robot because everyone said I was so perfect. I don't understand why. Like, it doesn't really hurt my feelings because I guess it's nice to be called perfect, but I just don't understand why. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not. No one is. At least I like to think so, because if someone was, they should be shot. But, I just derp along and I try to do my best. I like to think I do okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just me, little Brittany, derping along. Okay, so, since this isn't as long as I thought it was going to be, because I didn't get questions because people are dumb, I'm going to just tell you a little about myself, I guess, to finish up the video, and then I'm going to do shout-outs to my group because they're awesome people. Okay, I'm Brittany. I'm 16. I live in Maryland, in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's cow fields and horse farms in my neighborhood. I live 10 minutes away from the nearest McDonald's, which tells you how far away I live from civilization. I have 3 siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. They're all younger than me. I have My mom and a dad, like I still live with them. They're still together for now, unfortunately. Um, I live in a pretty nice house, I guess. I have a bathroom in my bedroom because I claimed the master bedroom for my parents. People tell me I sound like Regina George when I say that, but I didn't force them to switch. I just took it first. There's a difference. I have 4 cats and a puppy. 2 cats are outside, 2 cats are inside, and the puppy's in and out, I guess. This is my kitten Gizmo. He's not really a kitten anymore, but he's almost 6 months old. And he's a little troublemaker after the gremlin that he was named after, Gizmo from the movie Gremlins. He's always terrorizing my other cat that lives here, and he and the puppy get along great. They're always play fighting, and I guess he's leaving now. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm not going to carry my dog up here because she's fat and she's not supposed to be up here. My other cat that's inside, she's really cool toes and she's all pitch black and she's a really pretty cat, but she's literally psychotic. Like, she licks the floors and attacks the walls and runs headfirst into windows. So I'm not going to go pick her up wherever she's sleeping. I don't really know what else to say, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to the shoutouts because I want to get those done because they're important. I'll start out with Neil. She is, I can't even begin to describe her. She is amazing. She's such a nice person, out of character unless you threaten her friends or piss her off, and then she's kind of scary, but with good reason. I just love her to death. I'm really glad that she let me play as her Thanos. I'm really glad she's admin of our group. She's one of the best Lokis I've ever seen, no matter what she says. She can arts good, no matter what she says. She can words good, no matter what she says. And I love her to death, and she's amazing and sweet and perfect. Alright. Bruce Banner, our Hulk, a big green rage machine. I have never talked to them. I'm sorry. I've seen people interact with you, and for what I see, well, I mean, everybody in our group is good, but you're really good. You're seeing this, I'm sorry. We should definitely roleplay because I love roleplaying with everybody, no matter what. Like, I literally don't care who you are or what your character is. I will roleplay with anybody. Clint Barton, our Hawkeye. I gotta speak. At Clint, Bird of Prey. Again, another person I don't know. They just joined a couple months ago. I haven't had a chance to roleplay with them because they joined at a time when I was in between Thanos and Namor, so I wasn't really roleplaying. Again, we should definitely RP. Yeah. The Council, at the Council of 12. I haven't actually seen them in a while. From what I saw, it was pretty funny, like them yelling at Fury. Again, I've never personally interacted with them. I don't see how I could, like how it would work, but if you want to, go for it. Darcy at Zap Zap Tasers. She's another person that I can't even begin to describe. She's amazingly funny and really good, really well knowledge in comic books, and she's so nice, and she looks like Darcy no matter what she says. She's literally the best Darcy I have seen on this website. She is amazing in her. She words good. We have not gotten a chance to roleplay in a while. Like, the only time I've ever roleplayed with her really was when Thanos was controlling her mind, and we only did a couple threads, but she's another person I would really want to roleplay with. Our director, Nick Fury, Director Fury is in. She is such a sweetheart, and she's so funny, and she's a like whore, and she likes everything I post, whether it's stupid or not. And no matter what time it is, she's always on, which is amazing. Like, right now, it's like 1:30, and she's probably still awake creeping on us. Like I said earlier, she's my last name buddy. We have the same last name, Taylor. It's a pretty cool last name. Only cool people have that last name. Yeah, I feel like if we knew each other in real life, well, we do, but if we lived in the same area, we'd be like best friends because we're both awesome like that. Yeah, Dr. Frey really has any interaction with Amora yet because she just came to the tower. But again, that's the person I want to do more threads with because Amora could probably piss him off a lot, which would be really funny. Pissing Frey off is always so funny. I don't know why, but it is for everybody. Fenderall at Scoundrel Fenderall, a person who I have not talked to at all, but I've heard many, many marvelous things about you from many, many people. So again, another person I'd really like to do a thread with. Come poke me anytime because I'm usually creeping on here even if I'm not posting. Frigga of Asgard. Ugh. Look, another person I haven't talked to yet. I'm sorry, I don't know you. I bet you're awesome though. Heimdall, Gatekeeper of Asgard at Heimdall Surtur. He is a really good role player. Like, he words very good. He always has these long thought out replies and has a really good vocabulary for Heimdall, and he's just like a really good Heimdall. He's pretty nice out of character too. Bit snarky, but you know, who isn't? In a good way though, I promise. Yeah. I would like to see interaction with him with Amora. It'd be interesting to see how it turns out. But again, I'll welcome reactions from anybody. Hogun at Hogun Warrior of Grimm. Yeah, never talked to him, her. I don't, but again, just come hit me up anytime. Jane Foster Scientist. I've never RP'd with her, but I've talked her out of character, and she is such a sweetheart. Like, she's so nice and always offering words of encouragement and, you know, sending love, and she's just awesome like that. Jarvis, a rather very intelligent system. I love her. She's so cool. I wish she was on more, but, you know, college takes away a lot of your time. I remember over the summer time I went on a Lord of the Rings spree, and she was right there with me, reblogging everything, and so we became Lord of the Rings buddies. I wonder, if you're watching this, have you seen The Hobbit yet? Because I saw it. Let me just take a moment to talk about The Hobbit. I'm sorry, but that movie was amazing. I was worried about it because I thought they weren't going to have enough money for good sound, special effects, and if they weren't going to have like the same actors, which would be really bad. But they did. They had all the same actors. They had wonderful special effects. The story was really well written. Keely, the dwarf. Oh my god. Oh. No words can explain how sexy that dwarf is, because I don't know why. I don't find the actor attractive at all. Like, I looked up pictures of him. I don't find him attractive. But I don't know, something about him and, like, the dwarf gear and the long hair. Oh my, Jesus Christ. It's like Legolas, like Orlando Bloom. I never thought him attractive, and I saw him in Elf Ears and a Blonde Wig, and he's very, very attractive to me. Maybe it's just the bows. I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully she's seen The Hobbit, because I need to talk to people about it. Agent Maria Hill, Ask Agent Hill. I've seen her since I first jumped in role-playing, and I've seen her interact with people, and she seems pretty awesome. Like, but I've never talked to her. Such a loser. Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, at Dunn, Owing Debts. Yeah, I'm sorry. Never talked to them. I really need to RP more with the people in our group. Pepper Potts at Hates Pepper Potts. I love her. She's so derpy. She's so funny. I guess she gave her account to her friend over the summer. I'm not sure what's going on with that, because I haven't talked to her in months. But, we talked to Lord of the Rings too. She's another Lord of the Rings buddy. At least I like to call them. I don't know what you guys think of me, but I think you're all my friends. So I like to think. I remember she wrote one story over, like, shipping Comic Sans and another font, and Paul, that's gay. Many funny memories from her of clogging up my dash with derpiness, but it's good derpiness, so it's okay. Agent Phil Coulson at Sons of Cole. I've never RP'd with her, but she's talked out of character. She's so sweet, and she always seems to get all the hate, which is terrible. Like, I don't understand how people can do that to somebody so nice. It boggles my mind. But I don't think she deleted, but she's left this account. But she should come back, because her Phil was awesome, and everybody loves her, and I don't think anyone should have to have that happen to them, which is just disgusting. Sif at Little Lady Sif. Again, another new person I've never talked to before. I think Amora and Sif could have a pretty good thread going on. So definitely hit me up if you're seeing this. Steve Rogers, Captain America. I'd ask Captain Steve Rogers. I've never RP'd with Captain America before. I've never talked to this person before. Big surprise. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. The Tesseract, Tessie at Insanity Cubed. Back when I was Thanos, I roleplayed with her for a little bit, and I've talked to her out of character a little bit. She, she makes me laugh every time, and something about just interacting with her character and Thanos made Thanos all derpy and crazy, which was fun for a change. She just, her version of the Tesseract is so funny. Just, it ate the reality gem for one, which was unusual, but I was cracking up. Thanos at To Court Death, I saw you and you and Ares thread, or his, I think it's a him, the thread between him and Ares, and, I was like, wow, this Thanos is much better than I could have ever done. Like, it was just very well done, and it's, if I'm thinking correct, it's the comic version, which we don't have any comic characters in this group, but so that's good. But I'm glad that they found a Thanos to take my place because I felt bad about leaving, but it's good that they found another one. And from what I've seen here, he's amazing. So Thor Midgard. I've never really talked to him. He's not actually an RP blog, but he's an Ask blog. But him and Neil go together like that. No matter what she says. And he seems a pretty cool guy out of character. I've talked to him to Skype in a little bit in the midst of a group chat. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. I'm tired. But yeah, that Thor and Loki, Neil's interactions are so funny, and all the Pokemon battles and jokes, and I love watching them. Tony Stark Iron Man, it's a terrible privilege. Again, I've seen amazing things about you and how good you are. Again, I've been looking for Tony to roleplay with, but I don't realize that I probably could just ask them because I need to talk to them because I'm a loser for not talking to everybody in the group. Victor Von Doom, Victor of Latveria, same as Heimdall, same thing goes for Victor, amazing role player, good with words, amazing threads, just awesome in general. Wade Wilson, Deadpool, Ask the Merce with a Mouth. Again, someone I've been watching from afar and not really interacting with because I couldn't find a reason to, but now I have Amora, so I can probably, just jump in, hopefully, so we should definitely do a thread with him, because Deadpool is hilarious, and the way I've seen them play is hilarious. Kenna, Norn, or now these are like OCs and characters that are just associated with this group, which I belong in that category because Amora's is a movie verse, so Amora's kind of like not in the movie, so I belong in this category, in case you're wondering. Kenna Norn, I love her character. It's so ingrained into our story that I can't imagine our story without it because she's basically Loki's fate personified, and her and Loki worked that out beautifully. And she's never on anymore, and I know she's on her other accounts too, and I don't know why. I hope she's okay. I've heard from her a little bit every so often. I follow her personal. But yeah, she should definitely come back and just roleplay because she was really good, and I miss her, as I said earlier. Crane, the Scarecrow, I believe that is Kennemun's other account, so I've never roleplayed with him. I don't really know much about the Scarecrow because I've just watched the Batman movies. But yeah, as I said earlier, I want to roleplay with everybody. Kanika, I think she's the one with the ears. I've seen her in Loki Talk. She seems pretty cool, and sounds like a pretty cool character because I love things like gods and mythology, especially from like Egypt. So we should definitely roleplay at some point. I know she's not on all the time because she's only there every so often, but I like to play with everybody. I'm trying to think of other people that aren't on this list that I've played with. Anyone who I've ever roleplayed with, thank you for putting up with me, my derpiness. I think that's all. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't. So yeah. I mean, and if you ever want to ask me anything, just don't be afraid to come. I ask all the time. I'm on my phone at school on Tumblr in the back of German class because that class is my nap class. Um, so yeah, just always don't send me stuff, anything, derpy stuff, romance, action, fights, doesn't matter. Um, so yeah, that is my MUD video. I apologize for lack of jokes, but I'm tired and I'm not very funny in person. So yeah, I was about to bring my sister up here and start twerking on her because she hates it when I do that because she doesn't want my butt all over her. But she wouldn't come upstairs, unfortunately. So I apologize for you not being able to see me twerking on my sister, which I'm sure you all would have enjoyed.